Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide here to Alan Wake. Alright, so I am going to dive us down here. Bing. Break Alan's ankles, and what's this? We'll flash to a charming veiled woman, my wife Alice, plunging
What the hell was that?
below the surface of Cauldron Lake, and well, just a really scary noise. It's like Pacific Northwest vegetation at night. You get those
When
like
I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
yeah. Get like some E.T. vibes, some Goonies vibes. Alright, let's move over here. So just walk across this log. Feels good. Now before you march on, remember, don't go in the water. It's not going to be good. That's where Alice is. There is, we could maybe go this way, and then there's some logs over there. That looks promising. But just make sure you're poking around if you're interested. To just keep an eye out for manuscript pages or coffee or anything like that. So this log does go up, but to little purpose. And we can then go around here and just be like, oh, is there anything? Okay. But when in doubt, look for the light. There it is, way over there. You see the gas station. Let's go that way. And so I'm going to come around here. And we're making nice progress. There's a bad guy over there. And we can't jump that, so we have to go this way toward the bad guy over the logs. And we can...
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Yeah, we can hear the Stuckmeister. Out here in the dark, stalking us. It's not good. Down here, again, you never know what you'll find. It shimmers. We got some batteries. I'm up to 11. And I've got 42 revolver ammo. That is the maximum that I can carry. At least at this moment. And let's go through here. Okay. Ow. So that's going to happen to you a lot. And what is that? That was an extra bullet. I did not need to fire at that guy. Some of these enemies, and there's different types that you'll start to recognize. I'm going to put a battery in. Kill this guy. Some of them will throw axes at you, and you really have to watch out for that. You can dodge them, but it's very annoying. And we're going to start seeing different types of Taken that have different attack patterns and, dispensations. But again, the slow motion effect there of the enemy dying, the musical cue, that means there's no more bad guys. That means it's not going to be infinite waves. It means we had to fight two, but that was no problem. Again, I had enough bullets, I had enough batteries, and I willingly used them all. I'm not trying to be conservative at all with my stuff. Now look over here, though. We've got those yellow dots that are a godsend. We're going to say, oh, thank you. And they're saying go up here. So there's a ladder. Oh, wrong button. Circle to attach yourself to the ladder, then left stick to climb up it. And then from on top here, you could see that we can run up this ridge, and there's a little shack up here. And it says the Taken are filled...
They're taken.
With darkness. Yes, they are taken. And yes, they are filled with darkness. That's why my cool flashlight is so powerful. And we come in here, and the first thing you want to do is cook a delicious breakfast for yourself on this sparkling clean stovetop. And then you're going to come over here and open up the Bright Falls. So we got flare gun ammo, we got batteries, we got more, and we got more batteries. So now look at this. We have 4 flare gun ammo. Now quickly push right on your directional pad to switch to your revolver so you don't accidentally waste a flare. And now we have 4 flare gun rounds, which are premium. Flare guns I use all the time to get myself out of terrible situations. I'm just going to drop down right here. I don't think that'll hurt Alan. It didn't. And we can't go this way. We need to go through the timber yard. And there's a cool... You're going to come to hate heavy machinery in this. It's just how it is. It's blocking the road. So let's go this way instead. Away from the yellow arrows. We got the secret. And that's not going to do it for us. So we're going to keep going this way toward that light that you see up above. And poke around. And, you know, some really nice wiring here.
The staircase was broken.
Yep.
I had to make my way up some other way.
So occasionally you'll have sequences like this in Alan Wake where there's a bit of a puzzle, a scenario or environmental puzzle. They're not hard. We'll show you. And we're going to open this and get some more stuff. So we're... I think we might be full up on batteries at 20. And we're full up on revolver ammo. So when you... This is what I'm talking about. On this difficulty level, just doing normal fighting, we have plenty of batteries and ammo. So don't worry about using it. They give you more than you need. Alright, here we go. And flashing green is usually a very good indicator of something positive. Now this guy wants to throw at us, so I'm going to walk right towards this jerk. And I'm actually going to come in here. I'm using a battery. I'm going to reload my gun. Reload my gun. You can tap square to load it faster. And they're all dead. So what did I do right there? What I did right there was a technique that I use in a lot of games. Most of you probably already did this anyway, but it's called choke pointing. So there's enemies that are, and they tend to do this in Alan Wake, which is surround you, and you'll be focusing on one, trying to burn them with your flashlight, and then somebody will flank you or come from behind. Immediately, I saw that there was this Biltmore Logging Corporation place, and I just kind of like ran into the doorway because they take and don't usually come
All
inside.
this forestry equipment around. There had to be something I could use to reach the top.
And there is. But, so then they have to come through the doorway, and this gives us a choke point, this narrow place where they have to come through, and I can use it to funnel them so they're not coming from all sides. I know exactly where they are. This doesn't work all the time, but it's worth experimenting to see if you can use the environment to your advantage, because that saved us a bunch of health and headache. We're going to pick up the manuscript page. And hey, we found a shotgun. Pick that up. So the shotgun goes on... You can carry both the revolver and the shotgun, and actually, not just both, but in addition, the flare gun. So you have a bunch of guns, you use a directional pad to switch between them. And right now, I can use a shotgun. I only have 2 bullets, though, so I'm going to kind of go over to my revolver because I've got more ammo for it. And again, this is a mistake that I made. I thought, oh my god, I've got a shotgun. This is going to be easy peasy. It's not. And the reason it's not is because even though a shotgun is powerful, if you don't take the darkness out of the enemies with the flashlight, you're going to be wasting shotgun shells. It doesn't just kill them magically because it's an awesome shotgun. You still have to take out that darkness to make life easier, make them more vulnerable. All right, we're going to start this generator, and we just push X. When it's in the green, we push X, and then there it goes. This gives us a checkpoint, place to heal, in front of the building, and then it turns on this device over here. So we can come here, get a checkpoint, you hear the music, you see it say checkpoint reached in the upper left. You can heal up if you need to, and then now we're ready to go. But remember, it's never going to be that easy in Alan Wake to just walk over here. Expect resistance from the darkness. We don't know when it will strike, but it will. Alright, so let's go over here, and we can use this box. And so this is to move the log lift. So the log lift is this thing that you can see in the kind of upper left of the screen, and I'm just moving the directional pad to the southeast or to the bottom right, and I'm trying to make a bridge by connecting the logs like so. That's good, good enough. You want it to be in the light too, if you can, by the way, just to have a little safe spot while you're climbing. And so now you need to make sure there's a walkway from both sides of this, and we're good. We did it. So that's promising. I'm going to come over here. Is my revolver ammo still here? It is. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to fill up on revolver ammo. So again, you know, if you have a little extra right there, you could top yourself off. And we climb this ladder to start our adventure. Go, Alan. Keep your jacket on. A blazer, a hoodie. It's chilly. It's appropriate. So now you just walk over this bridge that you made. It's a little bit wonky, so you might have to jump just to make sure you get there. And then over here, you can't just walk. There is a gap, so you're going to need to back up. It's easier if you hold L1 and sprint and then jump. And I just made it. I mean, that's how bad Alan is. If you fall, don't even worry. Just get back up and do it again. And we can climb up here, and there's another checkpoint. You can see there's another house. So get into the light, celebrate it, and always check in these houses. You can turn on the radio. Oh, we got some shotgun ammo.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a
So,
step outside.
I'm not going to listen to all of the radio stuff. I do this in my Let's Play, but I'll just give you a tip if you're trying to enjoy the story and the experience. Again, have your subtitles on, and the radio stuff, sometimes it's just music or just filler, but a lot of the time it'll give you just more information about what's going on, give you a glimpse of the outside world, and fill in some details for you. So it's nice, it's cool. We met the radio guy on the boat. All right, so look at this. Clue, arrow, old car, let's drive away. No, but we got the torch, and here's a Bright Falls crate, and oh my goodness, look at this. Now we have 7 flare gun rounds, which is insane. And we also, if I check my shotgun, I have 6 rounds. Now this is a shotgun that only has 2 chambers. It's a double barrel shotgun, but it you know, so it's only 2 at a time. So you have to reload it a lot. I'm going to be just using my revolver for now. But I'll tell you when we use the flare gun, and be ready to use it. Make sure it's loaded and ready to go. I'll switch to it just to, you know, push square on it just to double check that it's loaded up and ready. Got a manuscript page right here. Let's pick that up. And we're going to go over here. Okay.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
It's very welcoming.
Paul makes the best dogs in the street. Belly Burster is the best with no crumbs. Monster Dog is second.
Oh,
best.
God.
The famous dog is...
So, the hilarious evil talking of the Taken clues us into enemies afoot. Now, the flare gun is something I use if I see a bunch of enemies. If I don't see a safety point, like light, I'm thinking about the flare gun. Now, you see how things are getting scary? The mist is coming in, the music is swelling, Axeman is here. I'm going to switch to the flare gun, and I'm just going to fire this right at him, and I'm going to turn on the generator. And I'm going to use the generator like that. So I used a flare round, which is a lot, but I did that because I wanted to buy myself time in case any more enemies came. So the flare gun, you shoot it, it hits the enemy, and typically it sticks on the ground and will kind of like agitate the darkened enemies so that they, you know, stay away from you for a bit. Because if you're trying to pull and get the generator to work, if you get attacked while that's happening, you will have to start over. So you need a little bit of time to do that. I'm going to pick up the battery. I have 1, and I can't pick up any ammo, but we're good. So I'm going to switch back to my revolver. I loaded up the flare gun, by the way, just to make sure that we were set. And just take a sense to like, okay, how can I get there? Well, that's the shortcut to getting there. However, unfortunately, it also ends our life. So we can't, as tempting as it is, you know, take the long walk off the short pier there. We have to go around this way. you'll hear the darkness swelling around, and you need to figure out where to go. And I'm just going to do my best to get there to the light. And here's 2 enemies. So I'm going to switch to the flare gun. And you see how they both died. I'm going to reload. And I'm going to keep going, looking for a way. And there's a light up there. So let's see if I can get up there. How do I make that? All right, there's a switchback over here. I killed 2 enemies, but I got no indication that they're all gone. And there's a guy behind me. I'm going to run. There's a guy in front of me. And I'm going to run away from this. And a manuscript page. That's cool. I'm going to shine the light. I'm going to put a battery in. Shine the light. The darkness is out of both enemies. There we go. And now they're all dead. You see how the kind of swirling mist and fog is gone. The creepy music is gone. And now we have a little bit of time to pick up this manuscript page. Again, I used a battery, I used a lot of bullets, and I used another flare, but we took out 4 enemies. We didn't even get hit. I ran past them so that I could get both of them on the screen at the same time facing me. I didn't want one in front and one behind. That's a nightmare. So sometimes you have to run to get good positioning. And I liked to try to shine the light and get the darkness out of, if there's just 2, both enemies before I start firing. But sometimes if there's a crowd, you just have to isolate one, take out the darkness, and then shoot them. Try to use just 3 shots on the basic guys, and then move on. And now we can just kind of go up this ridge. And we're home free. We found another checkpoint, and we're celebrating. And we're going to fill back up. And you need to look for, where do I go now? Okay. Well, there's some machinery, so this is definitely where I want to go, because I love machines. Alan loves big rigs. There's a lot of big rig stuff around here. There's mining, there's logging. Very exciting. Now this arrow, though, you see in yellow, they're pointing this way. Let's head this way. You always, always want to take advantage, go this way, of any of these secret caches to top yourself off. It'll make your life so much easier. Got another flare gun. And now we're back up to, you see we have 8 rounds with the flare gun. And we have plenty of shotgun. I'll use the shotgun here, maybe just a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of the double barrel. It's okay. I don't like having to reload all the time. But it'll be good to demonstrate how quickly we can dispatch enemies. Now, if you see a machine move, back away immediately and see if you need to shine your light on it. Sometimes objects can get imbued with the darkness as well, and you need to be on your toes for that. I hear Stucky out there. Proceed at your own risk, indeed. So we're going to follow these tracks here. And, you know, just be aware. I'll go through this way. I don't know if it makes a difference. I'm trying to find light. And here we go, but uh-oh. The game has panned out. And this is a bunch of bad guys. So I'm immediately actually going to switch to my flare gun. And I'm just going to try to run down here and get into this building. Okay. So I am safe inside here because it's light. I could have stayed and fought them, and that's fine. I could have fired a flare, it's fine. But sometimes you can just run. And I always try to run first. I'm going to use this. Hopefully it's opening the gate that's out there. It is. So we're getting the gate opened. Turn on the TV so you can watch a hilarious, Night Springs episode, which is heavily inspired by Twilight Zone, but also just, starts to provide some, albeit like adjacent or peripheral tips about what's going on in the game, how to understand it. I'm not going to watch it. I do in my Let's Play. I'm just going to concentrate on trying to guide you through. And here's a manuscript page. We got it. And here's a generator. Whenever you see this, use it. Well, what did that do? Did that help me? It just kind of opened that. That doesn't look useful. But the darkness is coming. So now what do I do? Well, I don't need to do anything more to that. we need to get through this area. Look at these swinging logs. That's terrifying. Okay, now let's talk about this. If you see this in the game, and what we see is a big open container with effectively infinite ammo, this means you're going to need to stand and fight waves of enemies. There could be the possibility that you can run and escape everything, but that's generally not the case. This is an indication. Remember, so much of Alan Wake is just figuring out, like, what do I need to do in this situation? Do I need to run? Do I need to stand and fight? Am I looking for a generator, a light source? What is the game asking me to do? Do I need to solve a puzzle? What is it? In this case, it's going to be fight. You see all these bullets, and batteries, that's why. So I'm going to go right over to my flare gun, and I'm going to, load up if I need to. And you can hear Stucky just kind of muttering around. And let's see, where do we need to go to trigger this fight? Keep an eye on the cache of supplies, because you can run back here and get them if you need them. There is a light way over there, but that's probably a previous light. We need to make progress this way. So I'm just going to walk and pretend everything's okay. And here we go. So now they're going to start climbing over these piles of lumber. And you see on the gate... oh, God. Okay, we've been hit. Run! There's a coffee thermos. This is what we need to do, is hit this on the gate to open it up. Okay, but we got hit a bunch of times right there. And here they come. So I'm going to run and... oh, boy. I'm going to fire the flare gun. I'm going to reload it. So we got a couple of flares out to buy us some time. I can't... can I open this? I could try. I'm going to dodge Stucky here. I'm going to get out my shotgun. And I'm just going to shine the light on him. Oh, okay. So sometimes the darkness is like this, meaning it's really, really difficult to fight because it just, like, not necessarily teleports, but it just, like, blinks around. And I'm going to use this right now. Ah, that was unfortunate. Almost got it. Did I open the gate? I did not open the gate. Where are you? Here he is, over here. You just have to kind of keep waiting. And 2, 3. See the shotgun, like, Stucky is harder. So he's not normal. There we go. And that's the last one. So I got
Stucky's
hit.
body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reached the lights at the gas station alive.
Lifetime of nightmares. Indeed. So we opened this gate. So kind of what you need to do here is run through and fight those waves of enemies. It looked like there was only about 7 of them, maybe 2 packs of 3 plus Stucky, something like that. And I got hit quite a few times, but on this difficulty level, you could still survive. I was waiting for opportune moments to use my flare gun to just take down the big groups. And then Stucky himself is challenging because he isn't like a normal enemy that just stands there and lets you shine the light. He blinks away. Now I'm going to come back here and just pick up batteries and, ammo and stuff. So these crates are here, meant to restock you. I mean, look how many bullets that is. It's a lot, right? But you don't necessarily stand there and fight. It's just an indication to you as the player, prepare, there's going to be some, crazy fight happening. Now, I'm just going back through now that there's no enemies, because when Stucky died, you saw the slow motion. There's no enemies now. There's not going to be any that spawn. The darkness is not shimmering. There's no mist. And I'm going to pick up anything else that's a consumable that I might want to get. There's this coffee over here that I could go pick up. Sometimes in the game, they will put the coffee out in a place where it's like, you have to grab it, but I typically try to save it so that I don't get killed trying to go for a thermos because it seems ridiculous. And we've made it. How's my flare gun? Is it loaded? It is. All right, I'm just going to get out my revolver. And here we are.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Deer Fest. More like Dear God Fest.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
And so we're at the gas station. There's a manuscript page over here. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, you'll get to places where...
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
And that's a problem. We've lost some time with Alan. But, you know, this is like a little moment of respite where you're kind of like, okay, maybe things are all right. Let's go into the garage. Let's check it
was
out.
A mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. So this is ominous.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin.
So there's Alan on the TV
I can feel a presence in the dark.
being
Just now, I
charged
can
with
smell
writing.
the
He's at that
wind
typewriter. Alice got
I'll
him
reach
back
her
at the
things out.
cabin.
I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
And so now he's really committing
I don't
to
believe this.
thinking
Me on the TV, talking crazy.
about
Was I losing my
being a
mind?
writer and effectively creating reality with your fiction, or making fiction into reality as you work, and maybe trying to save Alice through the process of writing. But everything at this point is just a bunch of, you know, clues. We're not sure. So you can click here to get more information about Deerfest, which who doesn't want that? And oh no, I already read that. Let's just see if there's anything else in the gas station that I might want. Not yet, but here's definitely something we want, which is a telephone. We got a call. We need some help.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
And we did call.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen,
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had
Don't
happened in
ask.
the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
There's no island. She's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Wake. Things didn't go well. So what happened? We don't know.
A candy-colored clown they call.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! Now, she's missing. Alice? Alice? I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared. Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie! How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Wow, it is the worst weather you've ever seen. Look out there. So here's a real moment of respite back in time in Alan's swank apartment. Hoodie on, but blazer off. Alice is here, and we're going to get to explore Alan's nice digs as a successful writer living in the city. So everyone, I think this is a good place, potentially, to end our guide for Alan Wake, because we've explained the basics of the different situations you can be presented with, how to explore, how to fight, how to run, what you need to do. And I think what I want to do is kind of shelve it unless I get a lot of response from you all. If you are interested in seeing more Alan Wake in this guide series, tell me in the comments. Say, hey, can we pick this up? Can we go further into the game? And if there's enough interest, I will play more of the game, guiding you through, because it's still very fresh in my mind. And honestly, as I've said many times, once you accept the challenges that the combat presents compared to some other games, and learn the flashlight, learn how to ration your supplies, and learn to run or explore, find safe places to fight and things, the game does become easier, and it's such a great story and such a good time once you eliminate those frustrations, or at least mitigate them. So let me know if you want to see more of this, and I really hope this series has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.